Okay, we are live.
Perfect. Great.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to tonight's presentation. Thank you very much for taking the time to join us. And I hope everyone is able to log on okay. I know I was having some technical difficulties, but here we are, we made it. So thanks very much. We're really excited to have you join us tonight because we got a lot of great information to tell you about our Sensations of Lyon and Provence charter with Emerald River Cruises. And so just want to introduce myself. Some of you on the call, I've seen the list of who's on the call. I know you and thank you for joining. And for those that don't know me, my name's Rob Blows and I'm Vice President of Blows and Stewart Travel. And I am located in Stratford. And together, myself and my wife, Heather, is going to be co-hosting this, representing the Blows travel side of things. And Dana, I'll let her introduce herself in a moment. She'll give you her story. But Heather and I hosted Blows Travel's 70th anniversary river cruise with Scenic River Cruises in Normandy in 2019. We had 100 people join us to help us celebrate our company's 70th anniversary. So it was a great event. And Dana's going to tell you about hers as well. And I'll pass it over to Dana right now. Thanks again.
Great. Hi, everybody. My name's Dana Empy, and I'm the Vice President of Blows and Stewart Travel Group. Rob and I kind of share duties. I'm the Eastern girl. He's the Western guy. And we're really happy to have you join us tonight. I was very fortunate to be able to go along with some of you on this call and 114 other clients to the Douro River in Portugal in 2019 to celebrate our 45th anniversary in business. And we had such a great time, such a wonderful time spending a week with all of our amazing customers. And we are really, really looking forward to this one. It seems like a long way away, but 2 years isn't that far away. Lots and lots of time to plan. And we're really excited to present this cruise to you, hopefully give you a little bit more information. We're very excited to thank Jared for joining us tonight. We value so many of our partners, and Emerald and Scenic is one of them. So we just want to thank Jared for being with us tonight.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Well, thanks Dana for that information. That's great. So just most of you, because you're on our regular mailing list that are on this, you probably know this, but just wanted to give you an update. On September of 2019, Blows Travel and Stewart Travel merged to create a new company, the Blows and Stewart Travel Group. And what we did was we had a vision that this would help us enhance our businesses, grow our businesses, offer more products to our customers, find some synergies within the companies to try and be more efficient. And one of those things that we were able to do is to offer more of this type of an event, like a cruise, specific charters and groups, and more specifically. And we were the merger was quite successful. We were growing like crazy, and then we have this little hiccup called COVID, unfortunately. But what that has done is gave us time to sort of catch our breath and go, okay, what can we do really well? And we knew we could do these groups really well. So we partnered with Emerald, and which is our #1 river cruise partner, and has been for both Blows and Stewart pre-merger. We were big supporters of Scenic and Emerald. So we reached out to Jared and his team and said, hey, let's do something special. There's a lot of pent-up demand here. People love your product. They love river cruising, and they haven't been outside of their rooms in a year and a half. So what can we do to get them, something special? So we put this together.
Great. Just wanted to pass along a hi from Scott. As many of you on the call may know, my brother Scott, also mine and Rob's business partner. He is on tonight, but not on video, but he says a big hi to everyone and looks forward to seeing everybody really soon. During this pandemic, it's been really important to us to partner with suppliers who basically have our back, see our vision, know what we want to do in the future. And Scenic and Emerald is one of those partners that is always there trudging right along with us and making sure that we're all moving forward. And Jared and his team, Tracy, the other BDM for Ontario, have been so strategic with us in helping us put this together, because certainly during pandemics, this isn't always happening, but because we really truly believe in the Emerald and Scenic product, it was kind of an easy thing for all of us to jump on board and get excited about it for 2023. And let's just face it, after this year, we all need something to look forward to. Rob, you're muted.
How's that? Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, great. Sorry about that. So just before we let Jared get started with his presentation, we just want to let you know we've muted everyone. As you can tell, I muted myself, so you're probably muted too. We are recording this session, so we are going to have this available. So if you miss anything, you want a copy of this sent to your friends or family afterwards, just let us know. We'll send you a copy, and we'll post it as well on our I'm not sure, YouTube channel probably, but we'll let you know. You can get a copy of this tomorrow, I'm sure. If you have any questions, there's a chat box. So I encourage you to use that. We'll try and answer some questions, but because we're muted and we don't want everybody talking all at once, and there's quite a few on the call, if you could use the chat box. And if you're not comfortable doing that, just jot down your question and give us a call or send us an email tomorrow. And one of us will get the answer to the question and get right back to you. So now I'll stop talking. Jared's the feature tonight, so we'll let him take over.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Rob, and thank you so much, Dana. And thank you, folks, for tuning in this evening. Very kind words BST had to say about us, and the feeling is mutual. You folks have definitely been such an important partner of ours, and we thank you for all the support. And it's during this tough time and beyond, we're going to get through this, and we're all excited about this cruise coming up in 2023. We know it seems like a long way away, but the fact is, snap of a finger, it's going to be here very quickly. So I'm really excited today, folks, to give you a little bit of background information on Emerald in case you haven't sailed with us before. I know most of you have, but what I'd like to do today, and I shouldn't be more than 20, 25 minutes, so we'll get you out of here in a reasonable time, but I'd like to introduce you to Emerald first and give you an idea who we are, because I think that's important. It's certainly, if you haven't sailed with us before, that you understand what's included, and BST has done a few special things for you, so I'll point those out. But I'd like to show you Emerald Cruises, a small ship experience, showcase the exceptional Emerald value, and in fact, like I said, BST has put in a few extra perks that's exclusive for this group. I want to also showcase our award-winning Liberte, one of our starships that we'll be sailing on. And I'll give you sort of the bird's eye view of the itinerary, the sensations of Lyon and Provence, and then we'll highlight some contact information afterwards. So it should be quick and painless. But the first, and it's very important to touch on health and safety, cruising with confidence. I don't want to spend the entire presentation on this, because I could probably speak for about 45 minutes on all the different health and safety regulations and protocols that will be implemented in the future. But I just want you to rest assured that we are working closely with Cruise Lines International Association. We're working closely with international government authorities to make sure that the health needs are exceeded. And that's not just for our guests, but that's for our staff. That's for anybody who comes on board as a special guest. So we're taking this very, very seriously. If you want to learn more, please contact the folks at BST and they could go through this with you. The one thing I want to reiterate is that things are changing on a daily basis. So if you go online or if you talk to BST and you read this little PowerPoint jot form that I have for you here, just remember things do change every single day. So we're going to implement a lot of these things, but once we resume sailing, we'll get back some more concrete information. Now, I assume in 2023, most of us will be cruising and traveling the world again. And, you know, health and safety will sort of be a thing of the past, or at least in the back of our mind. But I just wanted to mention it. This is something we take very seriously. It's very important, but not going to be the focus of our presentation today. If you want to learn more, talk to BST. Okay, so let's move over to introduction to Emerald. so Emerald's a fantastic company. As Rob mentioned, we're the little sister of Scenic Luxury Cruises and Tours, so I'm sure a lot of you have sailed with us as well. But Emerald started off in 2014, and we offer a deluxe river cruising experience. So, I'll show you what that means as we get a little bit further in the presentation. But one thing I would like to emphasize is that today, a lot of travelers are very technologically savvy, and I encourage you to do your homework and research. So if you haven't heard of Emerald before, go on cruisecritic.com, read reviews, talk to your friends, people who have sailed, talk to BST who has been with us, because you'll notice that year after year, since we have started sailing, we have been awarded the most value or the best value when it comes to sailing on a river cruise. So that's really, really important, especially there's so many great companies out there, but it's just important to understand what's included in your packages. So a few things that I like to highlight just when it comes to river cruising. I think a lot of you would probably agree that the ability to unpack once and being in your floating hotel from start to finish is really a luxury. And you don't like jumping around from hotel to hotel and unpacking and repacking and going in a coach and getting checked in and checked out. This is just very simple and easy. And the fact that you're on this floating hotel gives you the ability to port into these incredible cities every single day. So there's something fresh every day for us to experience. It's not 3-4 days out at sea. Again, a river ship, it's very intimate, going into the heart of these great cities. But maybe one of the most important factors looking forward is that there's only 132 guests on board. Talk about a nice, intimate atmosphere. And for those of you who have traveled on previous groups with BST, I mean, you're like a family when you come together on these things. So I think post-pandemic world, having a small experience is going to be crucial. You know, it's not a 5,000-6,000 person ocean cruise liner. This is 132 people on board. So you're going to have a lot of fun doing it. But the last thing I just want to mention, when it comes to going on an Emerald cruise, one of the main components that I love is the structure, but in addition, the leisure time. So we always have included excursions that you'll see the historic sites and learn about the history and the architecture and important historical figures. But then you've got ample time for independent exploration as well too. And that's one thing I really love personally about traveling with Emerald, because I love the structure, but I love doing my own independent thing as well. So it's a great mix, a great combination of the two. So many different reasons why we love going on a river cruise, and specifically why we love to sail with Emerald. So a few points that I'm going to talk about just coming up on the next slide are our excursions, the meals, Emerald Plus, our active, the drinks, all that. So let's get into some of these great inclusions. So gourmet dining, breakfast, lunch, and dinner is included on board. Great food. There's a really exceptional culinary experience, which I want to talk about in a couple of slides as well. Now, what's unique that BST has done for us here for this group is they've included the premium drink package for you. Normally that's not. It's included, so you've got your drinks all day long. We've got included daily excursions as well too. So like I said, you're never going to be totally left alone. We'll always have something for us to do together. We've got active programs. I'm going to share a slide on that as well too, along with Emerald Plus, to explain what those are. But also, folks, again, let's pay attention to some important details here. That airfare, transfers, port charges, taxes, gratuities are all included as well. Complimentary Wi-Fi, bottles of water, all included. So it's really important to take all these different factors in when you're considering going on a trip, and just having this totally included is hassle-free, no worries. And that's something that BST has done specifically for us here. So we want to thank them for that. Now, folks, I want you to get really excited when you see Emerald Plus, because these are the culturally immersive, authentic experiences that really give you a sense of the antiquities and the flavors of the culture that you're traveling to. I mean, the best way I can put it is after one of these Emerald Plus experiences, the hair on the back of your neck is going to stand up. You know, you'll have goosebumps, and you'll leave there saying, "Oh wow, that was really cool." And that's what these experiences are all about. So we've got a few really unique ones. For example, we've got a hosted dinner from a local chef. I'm going to talk about that in a slide. But also we've got a cheese and olive tasting on board. Now, folks, if you haven't done France before, I mean, not only is this the land of love, but for food and wine, this is really a sensational destination to visit for those very reasons. But going back to the culinary experience, this is really unique because we will have an authentic dinner with Fabien Morali. Now, if you haven't heard of Fabien before, he is actually There's Canada's top chef, US top chef. He was one of the finalists in France's top chef. So he's going to create a special dinner for us based in the Provence region. So local ingredients and fresh produce and all that. So it's going to be a really delicious experience. It's going to burst the taste buds, get your flavors going, and give you that authentic French cuisine that France is so well known for. Now, we also understand that a lot of our guests today like to be very active. Just sitting on a coach and doing a tour isn't sufficient anymore. People want to do a little more activities to get the blood flowing. And we've included some of these specifically on this program. You'll notice that we've got a guided bike tour in Lyon, Lyon. We'll do a hiking in Tournon through the vineyards, and then a hike through Vouchers as well. And on top of that, we even have a canoeing excursion too. So not only can you work out your legs and your quads, you could get your upper body strength in there as well too. So great exercise. Now, you don't have to participate in this if you don't want to, but this is definitely something that our guests tell us that they love about going on a cruise and Emerald cruises, that we have these active programs for you to experience. So there's just a couple of them listed here that you can participate in. We've got the bikes on board. You can take them out on a guided tour. You could just take them out independently at your leisure. If you want an afternoon to go on a bike ride, that's fine. We've got the helmets for you. You just sign out a little form. We've got the canoes and the paddles and everything. So you really don't need to worry too much when you're coming on board with us. Now, the other thing is we have an activities manager. So the person who will be going off on the bike tours, also the activities manager on board. So I'm going to show you some photos of the sun deck in a couple of slides, but our activities manager will take the group up, or the willing participants who want to go up to the sun deck. And if you want to do yoga or some Pilates, become one with mind, body, and soul, that's a really fun experience to do it on the sun deck. And then we've also have a swimming pool where we can do aqua therapy as well. You can swim some lengths in there. So many different things that you could do to stay active. And it's really just not sit and eat anymore. You do a lot more involving activities. So very excited about that. But let's show you the Emerald Liberte Starship. So one of our France cruise ships that we use. Here's a deck plan just to give you an idea. So you'll notice we have the Riviera deck, the Vista Deck, and the Horizon deck, and of course the sun deck at the top there. And I'll show you what it looks like inside. But just to give you an idea from an overview here, you can see, again, it's a small ship. It's very easy to navigate. And I think you're going to be impressed with what you see inside. So let's go. Here's the welcome reception. Now, you can't really see, there's a front desk at the bottom there. I believe moving forward, we'll have contact-free check-in and check-out, so you won't even really need to go up there. But there is somebody there 24/7, always there to support you or give you information that you might need. This is our Horizon Bar Lounge, really considered the heart of the ship. So we'll have evening entertainment here. We'll have our daily talks here or debriefings here. The bar is located here as well if you want to come have a drink, or maybe use the complimentary Wi-Fi and just stare out of the floor-to-ceiling windows. There's coffee makers in the back. This is just a really comfortable place to relax. And like I said, it's considered the heart of the ship. You can even hear it beating. Just joking. Usually 1,000 person, people would be laughing. Well, that's okay. This is Reflections Restaurant, the main point of dining. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner will be held here. Now, it's open table seating concept. You don't need to be assigned seats, but I do encourage people to mingle and sit at different tables, get to know everybody you're traveling with. Now, I'm sure most of you probably know each other already, but no assigned seating and no mandatory dress code either. So if you'd like to dress up, by all means, you can. If you want to be casual, that's certainly fine as well too. Now, remember, this is your dream vacation, so you go with what makes you comfortable. Just please put on something when you come into the dining room. But the food is great. Again, you're going to have local cuisine to where you are. So in France, you get, duck l'orange, for example, delicious wines and cheeses. But one thing I love about Emerald is that if you are tired of the local food, and let's say you want something a little more Canadianized, you can always order a steak and fries or a hamburger or something like that as well too. So there's good variety in there. And you'll enjoy it. So breakfast and lunch is generally buffet. Now, we might eliminate the buffet service down the road, again, post-pandemic. I think what's probably going to happen is we'll have somebody stationed there at the buffet dispensing the food instead of having everybody go as a free-for-all and touching it. Again, that's subject to change. We'll see once we get a little closer to resuming our dates. But generally, breakfast and lunch would be the buffet, and then dinner is a la carte. We'll see how that looks in 2023 once we resume sailing. Now, if you're traveling with me, you're probably going to find me on the sun deck. I love to spend a lot of time up here. It's great for just relaxing. There is lounge chairs, sun chairs that you could relax on. There's a mini putt that you can do, practice your short game. We have a barbecue up there. There's X's and O's. So go up to the sun deck, especially when we'll be sailing in April. It will be springtime, and the weather is similar to what it is here. So it might be a little cooler, but you might get some really hot days as well too. But even if it's chilly, you put on a nice layer, you go up to the sun deck, you get that fresh air and the sun beating down on you. There's nothing quite like it as you're sailing down France. So take some time on the sun deck. Also on board, we do have a complimentary gym. If you want to come in and use the weight rack or use the treadmill or the bicycle, there are towels and water bottles readily available for you. Every time I walk by the gym, I don't see a soul in there. So maybe somebody will surprise me when you go and actually do a workout. Most people are outside and about, but it is available for you to use. Now, we do have spa services available. Those are for purchase. So if you want to book yourself in for a massage, you could do that, but that would be at your own expense. And then you'll notice the top right image there, there's a little beauty salon. So if you want to get a haircut or something along those lines, that is also available on board, but that would be at your own expense. So just remember that, those few extra components when you're sailing. Now let's take a look inside. Very exciting stuff here, the boutique suites. Now, if you remember on that deck plan I showed you, the lowest level was the Riviera deck. So that's our lead-in category suites. And this is what they look like. The Emerald's lead-in category is about 170 square feet, which is actually larger than some of our competitors. But the one point that I have to make here is you'll notice that it's just a porthole. There's no balcony, there's no floor-to-ceiling window, it's just a porthole. That's because you're on the lowest level. Now, if you're like me, you're probably spending very minimal time in your suite, so maybe this is fine for you. But if you're looking for something with a window and a balcony, I'll show you what those look like in a second. But all suites do have a mini bar that's inside. Now, that is available for purchase. You have complimentary still and sparkling water. You have your HD television, and you also have your luxury bathroom. So you'll notice the nice tile inside, the adjustable shower head on top. We've got beautiful towels and luxury bath products that are restocked every single day for you. So no matter what suite you book into, you'll have a luxury bathroom. Now moving on up, so we're getting to the Horizon and the Vista Deck now, which I think a lot of you will probably be more inclined to book. This is the Panorama balcony suite. This right away you'll notice a lot more light coming in here because you've got that floor to ceiling window, and all you have to do is automatically push the button and automatically the window will come down halfway and you get that open fresh air coming right into your suite. So Panorama balcony suite is a little bit larger than our lead-in category, but significantly different with the floor to ceiling window and the indoor balcony. Now here's our grand balcony suite. So outdoor balcony. We're getting even bigger now, 210 square feet. And the main point of difference here is that you can actually go outside on your balcony and seal it off from the rest of the suite. So it is all climate controlled, meaning that once you open up that door, the AC in the room will turn off, or when you close it, it comes back on. We're being environmentally friendly, of course, but a little bit bigger, and you got your outside balcony here. And then lastly, we do have a few select owners one-bedroom suites available here. We've got the large outdoor balcony, your private living room, and then your bedroom, floor-to-ceiling windows in both areas. Now, the guests who book into the owner's one-bedroom suite will actually receive a complimentary mini bar. So when you're in this, you can go into that mini bar every single day. It's replenished every single day, and that is complimentary. Now, you get a few extra perks as well, too. For example, Emerald's concierge service, so you can get breakfast in bed and some other little treats that are delivered to your suites. And again, contact BST to learn a little bit more about all that. But here's something that I really like. It's an indoor heated swimming pool. You can actually swim lengths in here as well, which is really neat. And if you take a look at the top of the image, you'll notice that it's a retractable roof. So the roof will open up, you get sun and fresh air coming in here, and it's really, really excellent. Now in April, I'm not sure we'll have it quite open. Hopefully we'll have some really hot days that we can use it. But even if the roof is closed, the pool is still heated, so you can still go in and enjoy a comfortable swim. Now you can't see it from the picture, but there is a bar where the camera is shooting straight ahead. That's where the bar is located. And you can get drinks and snacks and stuff like that over at the bar region. But on some select evenings, what we do is we flush out the water, we close the roof, we clean, we swab the deck, we bring in comfortable seating. hook up our projector, and you can actually watch great Hollywood classics on select evenings. So if you're into that, it is pretty cool. If you want to see a video on how that's done, just go to emeraldcruises.ca and you'll see it's a sped up video of how we actually do it. It's pretty neat. So we do have the cinema on select evenings where you enjoy some popcorn and some Hollywood classics. Okay, folks, so that is the onboard experience. Now I'd like to take you through the itinerary. And again, I'm just going to give you sort of the bird's eye view. I do believe that the folks at BST have sent out the detailed itinerary, but if there's specific questions on excursions or activities, let us know and we'll get the information for you. But we'll give you the highlights here because it really is an exceptional trip. It's 8 days, sensations of Lyon and Provence. So here we go. Now, Lyon is the confluence of the Saône and Rhône River, steeped in great history. So this is where we're going to embark on our cruise ship. We'll get to see some of the amazing sights. Here's the St. John Cathedral over here. But maybe what's most important about Lyon is the fact that it's the gastronomic heartbeat of France, and it's home to Lyonese cuisine. So great spot for food, great spot for shopping. There's handcrafted chocolates and souvenirs and stuff that you could get. So it's just a very vibrant, exciting place to go. So that's where we'll start. Then we're going to head up to Chalon-sur-Saône-et-Beaune, which is a beautiful city. It's the birthplace of photography. You know, I could tell you when I was there, it's fun, it's lively, it's also romantic and intriguing. You could get whisked away down these windy alleyways and you'll get lost staring at the stunning architecture all around. It's just a really exciting spot, and also the center of the Burgundy wine region. So for those who are wine enthusiasts, I think you're going to really like it here. I mentioned we've got that cheese and olive tasting on board. We'll do that as well too. And then of course you can see the hospices here. This is a 15th century architecture. That the photo that we're looking at right here is an included excursion, which we'll actually have a chance to visit. It's the former hospital and converted now into a museum. So we'll get to explore there. Now we will head back over to Lyon. So like I said, talked a little bit about it's known for its food. We do have a guided bike tour in Lyon for those of you who want to be active. We definitely have that available. The photo that you're looking at here, this is the Unesco Notre de Fuvia. So, I mean, just outside it looks stunning, but wait till you get to go inside the basilica. It's truly, truly incredible. I think I can't even describe in words because you're just going to be blown away when you see it. Now, the other thing I wanted to point out, folks, is that when you see anything as on the bottom left of the screen where it says Discover More are not included excursions. They're optional excursions. So if you wanted to participate in a Discover More activity, you could purchase that. But if you don't want to, they're not mandatory and you'll just have some leisure time. It's nothing to worry about. But just be advised that when you see Discover More, that is an optional excursion that's not included, okay? So we'll continue down to Tournon. Now, Tournon is dominated by the 16th century castle, and it's littered with all these iconic landmarks like the Watchtower, for example. We do have a hike to a local vineyard here. We've got that bike ride later in the French countryside, which is a lot of fun, and you'll get that fresh air there. So that's in Tournon. We'll head over to Vivier as well, too. We've got an included excursion. We've got the hiking as well. And then one of our Discover More optional excursions will be a fishing class for anybody who's into fishing. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then over to Avignon. So once the famous residence of the popes and also played a real central figure in the French Revolution, the city is brimming with medieval monuments and a rich natural beauty. So we'll have a walking tour of Avignon. We'll get to visit the Palais de Pape. And then we'll also have the chance for the famous Pont d'Avignon. And in Avignon, like I mentioned before, this is where we'll have that included canoeing excursion for those of you who actually want to get out in the water. And then we do have some leisure time after that as well, too. Now, my favorite spot on this entire cruise is Arles over here. It was once an important Phoenician trading port captured by the Romans. They peppered the entire city with iconic monuments like what you're staring at on screen right here, the famous Roman amphitheater, over 2,000 years old. Just amazing. If you're into history, you're really going to enjoy spending time over here. So yeah, you can see the overhead shot of the Roman amphitheater over here. Looks just like the Colosseum over in Rome, doesn't it? And then we wrap up our journey over in Nice, so along the beautiful French Riviera. If you would like to extend your journey, the folks at BST could certainly set that up for you. I know Paris is a very common extension, whether you want to come in early or stay later. Even if you wanted to stay in Nice a few extra days, talk to the folks at BST, and they can absolutely set that up for you. But I do always recommend taking some extra time to see some other areas, especially if you're going to visit this region only once in your lifetime. Don't do yourself a disservice. Make sure that you see as much as you possibly can. Now, once you travel with Emerald, folks, you will be part of our rewards program. So it gives you extra savings on your next trip, bonus vouchers. If you refer a friend to join us, we give you extra vouchers for you and your friends. So after the sensations of Lyon and Provence, when BST does another charter cruise, you'll have your Emerald rewards that you can apply for your next journey as well, too. So you'll automatically be enrolled in Emerald rewards once you travel with us. Now, when it comes to booking, you want to contact our good friends over at BST. There's a 1-800 number. There's an email address for you. Yeah, so the pricing isn't listed here, but if you'd be so kind, please talk to the folks at BST, because they'll give you a breakdown of the cabin categories and what the cost is, depending on what suite that you book into. But just a few of the terms that they laid out here, I wanted to include just so everybody's on the same page. A non-refundable deposit of $750 per person due at the time of booking, plus applicable insurance. Second non-refundable deposit of $4,500 due April 2nd next year. And then final payment November 30th, 2020. Now, I'll let Rob and Dana come back on if they had anything they wanted to chime in just on the booking process or at all. I'll let you folks talk about that.
Terrific. Thank you. Jared, thank you so much for that. I'm excited already. Why is it 2 years away?
I know.
But I'm really excited to hear that Arles was one of your favorite locations along there. That's really interesting. That Coliseum looks amazing.
I'm a huge history buff, so I think for anybody who's into that, they'll like it. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much for that presentation. We actually wanted to kind of let everybody know that as of tonight, we sold a couple of cabins right at the end of the day here today. So we're almost 40% sold out of this cruise in less than a week. So how exciting. Really exciting, I know, really exciting for all of us as well, because we really just sent the invitation out to all of the people who traveled with Rob and his family last year, as well as all of the people that traveled with our family to Portugal. So it was only sent out to 216 people, and it's already 40% sold out. So just a reminder that we are allowing just this private select group of people to book on until next Tuesday, which is the 21st of April. And then after that, we are opening up to all of the rest of our customers. So we will be sending out some mass emails to our database. You know, we thought that all of you, we loved traveling with you when we went on our 2 different trips, and would love to have you all join us again. Jared's indicated the different components of the deposits and the second deposit. So let us know if you want to reserve your spot. We do have a lot of the upper cabin categories already sold out. So the grand suites and the owner suites are already sold out. But we have lots of those other lovely cabins with the beautiful balcony cabin, the windows that come down. So let us know, and we can get you set for a specific cabin for sure. So that early booking bonus to kind of get everybody, allow you guys kind of first come, first serve, ends next Tuesday. So let us know if you're interested. Rob?
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much. And thanks again, Jared. That was excellent and very informative. So one of the notes you see right in front of you on the screen is about insurance. So I just wanted to touch on that. You know, insurance now probably more than ever is super important to have on travel insurance. And we've just gone through the whole cancellations and whatnot going on. But we want to just stress the importance of travel insurance. And I know many of you may have some plans through credit cards, benefit plans, et cetera, but please, you know, let us know what you have or what you don't have. And your advisor will talk to you about the options, because some of the plans do have some gaps and we can identify what those are. We want to make sure that you're this is a significant investment, and we want to make sure that you're protected on that. So we will be, again, offering, the insurance package to everybody, just so you know, and that you can insure this package. And it is a very important thing to do. Another thing Jared did mention at the very beginning was about their protocols on board as far as safety and health.
Yeah.
Every country's got protocols now currently, right? For example, many countries require a COVID test to enter. I anticipate by 2023, that's not going to be required, because hopefully we'll all be vaccinated. But we're going to be continuously monitoring all of these regulations and entry regulations. So, rest assured, we're going to be on top of that, keeping you posted if there's anything that needs to be done in advance by you as far as documentation. I know people are talking about vaccine passports. We don't know anything about that yet, but those are the types of things that's what we'll do. We'll just keep on top of that and let you know if any of that affects our trip.
Yeah. So we're diligently working on the pre and post right now. The thought process is we're going to have a 2-night pre-stay in Lyon, and we're going to have a 2-night post-stay in Nice. But here's the great thing with Europe. You can do whatever you want to do. Reach out to your advisor. You can definitely spend some time in Paris. Last time on our particular Portugal cruise, we had people going to Italy, Switzerland, you name it. So we're very much, it's tons of flexibility. Once we know what our pre and posts are, we will be sending them out to you and contacting you, and you can let us know if you're interested. If you just want to travel the exact days of the cruise, you can absolutely do that as well. We don't really know a lot of flight schedules at the moment, just because so many of the airlines in the last year have cut back on different services. So more information to come on that once we kind of move forward. So pre and post will be coming out, and we will get some really exciting and fun things to do in those different areas. We have over 60 people on the call tonight when you figure there's lots of couples on the call. Just want to say a huge thank you for joining us tonight and coming on board and hearing all of the wonderful things about this cruise. And we really look forward to having any of you join us. It was such a great fun time last time, and we look forward to it in another 2 years for sure. Rob?
Great, thanks very much. So before we sign off, one more thing I did want to note was we did include airfare in our package, as I'm sure everyone on the call has received our brochure by email, but you notice the airfare economy air is included. So for those of you who have expressed interest in upgrading to business class or premium economy, we will be offering that out by order of when you book. So the sooner you book, the better, the chance are, because obviously in business class and premium economy, those are very small cabins on the planes. They will fill up. So that's how we're going to do that. So by order of booking is the way we're going to go through that. We're a long way from airfare right now, because we can't even book seats until about 11 months before we go. But I just wanted to make sure you knew that. So, if that is something that you really want, business or premium, then the sooner you book, the better it is.
Yeah. On the invite that we had sent out last week, on the very bottom of the invite was a registration link. So if anybody is interested and wants to book into this in the next 5 to 6 days, click on the registration link from the invite. And we're just basically asking all of the important information that we need to get from you. And that will come directly to us. We will then send it on to your chosen agent, and we can get you locked into a cabin before they all sell out. Yay!
So I'll mention there was 2 questions that just came up here, right. And one of them was asking us about if vaccines will be mandatory to get on board. At this point, the answer is no, but as we know, things could change. But currently, that is not going to be the case with Scenic or Emerald. And then the second question was just about getting a copy of the presentation. So I will share this recorded link with Rob after we get off, and once it uploads, and he can distribute that out.
Perfect. Thank you, Jared. That's great.
Great. Thank you very much, Jared. Thanks, everybody. And thanks for taking the time out of your evening tonight to join us. And the Stewart family, the Blows family, we're excited that you're interested in joining us on our cruise. We do hope that you do join us. I know some of you on this call have already booked. Thank you very much. And we're quite excited. So we want to go and have a great full charter on this. And hopefully then we can, by the time we get to go on this, we'll have the next one planned. Thanks very much. Have a great evening.
Bye, everybody.
Bye for now.
Thank you. Thank you, Jared.